Hey guys. It's that.
Cassie found something here. It's the size of a nickel.
Buffalo nickel. Give me the fufu juice.
Oh! I gotta keep digging some more here. Let's see what else we can get. I found myself a bucket lister. I got a crotal bell.
It's a Wheatie.
You found a Wheatie?
Yes.
Sweet. A Walking Liberty 1943 half dollar. Oh my god, it's freaking gorgeous. You got an Indian? Oh my god, Cassie got an IHP. Needless to say, I am a happy camper. Ooh, wow, is it sunny? And it's early morning. It is 7:58. I am at a local school I just discovered recently. It's the one where Cassie and I took the Equinox and the Simplex out for hour and a quarter, something like that. And one of my first targets was that silver rosy dime. And I found that gold ring that wasn't gold that made you think, though. It's windy today. Hopefully there's not too much noise. It's going to be beautiful. I think what I'm going to do today is pick out a section here, go over it with the Equinox, and then come back and grab the Simplex and go over it with the Simplex and see if I miss anything with the Equinox or vice versa, and then might find another area for a different video or something and do it just the opposite. Go over it with the Simplex first and then come back with the Equinox, see what we can see. Big area where I'm at though, so there's lots of opportunities, so stay tuned. Let's see what happens. All right, I've got an area that I'm going to dig here. I don't know if there's going to be anything here. You never do really, but that's part of metal detecting. I'm going to give it a shot though. So far it is 8:22 and I have found a nail, piece of wire, the top to a pencil, that little part that holds the eraser, 2 zinc pennies, and I just got a nice little square nail. That's it so far, but you know, it's only been a few minutes. I guess it's a start. Let's keep going. All right, just like it's been literally 3 or 4 minutes later, just like last time I was here, I find a ring. This ring you gotta see to believe. I'm pretty sure this is just junk, but holy cow, look at this whopper. Look at that. Can you see it down there in the hole? Is that a ring? I mean, it's just barely under the surface, but holy cow. Is that a humdinger or what? That looks like a checkers board. It's so big. I can already see the surface peeling off of it there, so I know it's just junk, but look at that. Is that something else? Oh my gosh. Big old sucker too. Look at, I mean, I don't want to try to push it on my finger all the way. I don't want it to get stuck, but that's a pretty big size ring. Nice. Different. I don't know where to laugh at or cry at this one. It's a key, but then as I started shaking the dirt off, pull tabs. Who the heck saves pull tabs on their key ring? Is this so that it jiggles and you don't lose it or something? Man, that is evil combined with evil. Wow. Alrighty, if you look right there, I got another ring. Pretty sure this is just going to be a little kid's ring. 1, because it's so small. 2, well, you know, just look at that. I think it's probably aluminum. Pretty crusty. Show a little bit of something peeking through there. Let me, yeah, I can see the bottom of it right there, the bands where they overlap. That's one of those squeeze to fit, so that's just a little aluminum kid's ring. We'll clean that up later on and see what it looks like. Yeah, it has no weight to it. Another interesting find though. Having fun out here, starting to get warm finally. Alrighty, so this may not be the best background ever, but we're going to use it for right now. I have come to the end of the little area that I'm detecting. It's not a big area, just something for a little sample for the Equinox. Some trash that I found here. There's a lot of trash still in the ground. Got a lot of these pencil toppers, hate those things. Got some zinc and copper pennies, some dimes, a quarter, a couple of square nails, a wing nut, 2 rings, and a set of keys with evil stuff on them. So I'm going to go detect around this big old field for a little bit with the Equinox and then make my way back to the car and grab the Simplex, and we'll see what we can find with the Simplex. Check this out. An old fishing weight. There's still thread tied to it. This sucker was deep too. I mean, look at the size of that hole. That's up to the grass line that is right there. So right here, that's a 6-inch mark on my shovel right there. So about 2 inches extra, about 8 inches deep. And I find an old flattened lead fishing weight. That's really interesting. I don't know what kind of line that is. It doesn't look like monofilament, that's for sure. Very cool, I will take that. You know, as is typical for me, I started off in the wrong area. The area that I was searching in apparently isn't the older section. You know, it's a curiosity section. It's a nice delineated section against a fence and an old basketball court and stuff like that. So it's a nice, easy area for me to mark out a spot to do testing with the Simplex and the Equinox. But it's not where the good stuff is, apparently. I am 100 feet away from that. I just found that lead weight. 15, maybe 20 feet further away, I just got silver too, and it's deep. Let's take a look. There it is right down there. It was ringing up really nicely. Ooh, it's going to be a good one too. I think I might have got a Merc dime. That looks to be the back of it right there. Let me set that there for a second. See if I can get my little water bottle. That looks to be the back of a Merc dime right there. So, let's see what the front looks like. My little spray bottle. Let's turn the nozzle the other way. There we go. Ooh, that's a pretty one, isn't it? What kind of date we got? Come on, sunshine. 1942. 42 Merc. Nice. We will definitely take that, won't we? That's a keep. Seeing what else we can find. Alright, we have moved on to the Simplex. And my very first target is the beaver tail part of a pull tab. Joy. See a lot of trash in my future. Let's keep going. Alright, got me another pull tab, and then this, it's a snap piece to like a piece of athletic equipment or something. Nothing special, but that's what we're in for so far. Alright, the nickel magnet strikes again, and seriously, this was just under the surface. I don't know if I just missed this spot with the Equinox or what. It's an 83 nickel, nothing special. But if it sounded even remotely like a nickel with the Equinox, I was trying to dig it just so I didn't miss those. I've got about 15 feet to go on my second pass here. I mean, a down and a back, each is one pass. And there's a nickel. Okay, this is the same hole I was working on. I rescanned the hole, got a zinc penny out there. Rescan the hole, and here's yet another nickel. This is a Jefferson nickel too, but that's 2 nickels and a penny in one hole I missed. So I don't know if I just didn't swing over it properly or what, but there we go. Alright, that freaked me out when I first saw it. Then I realized it's really shallow and has a back to it. It's just like a coat button, like probably an aluminum coat button. What does that say? Something jeans wear. Gellate? Never heard of that. So somebody lost their pants button. Alrighty, we'll keep going. Thought I had me a dime though, silver dime. This is really pretty. It's just a piece of junk jewelry. There's no markings on it that show it's silver. But right at the end of my coil there, if you look, right there, don't focus on my finger, right there is a plug from the Equinox. So I'm right here. I mean, unless it was just on the outside of my swings and I didn't overlap real well here, I should have got this. Whoops. That's something we found though. I'm going perpendicular. I'm going 90 degrees to the direction that I went with the Equinox. Dang it. Keep dropping this. So, which is always a good idea to do. Even with an Equinox, I should have turned around and went 90 degrees, but the idea was to see what I could come by with this and find. So, we'll keep going. And got me another coat button, pants button, something like that. Not something I could have gone forever without finding, but something, I guess. We'll keep going. Alright, there is another nickel. I just had a penny in this hole here. Rescanned the hole, and there's a nickel in it. I don't know if the nickel was masking the penny or what, but it's, again, surface. I mean, that's not exactly a hole. It's a finger, you know, that's it. You know, plug done. Nickel magnet, I tell you. Alright, so here we are. I have finished doing the same area with the Simplex that I did with the Equinox, and I did in fact miss some stuff. There's a lot of garbage, a lot of foil. When these pieces of foil are like this, the hard, thick stuff, or they're wadded up nicely or something like that, that Simplex just, it hits on them so hard, you got to dig it. I did find, you know, that's iron, but it's something. Part of it, that's like the tab off of a coat pull, 3 buttons, some pennies, copper and zinc, and 3 nickels. And this cute little part of an earring or necklace or whatever it was, little butterfly. I like that. So that's it for here. I am going to wander back to the car just like I did with the Equinox and see if we get anything else. I'm going to go through that same area I found the Merc dime and see if the Simplex can find something there. Well, it's not a mercury dime. It is somewhat interesting though. Check it out in the sun there. Definitely got one of the stones missing, some sort of little simple pendant. Nothing fancy, nothing silver or anything like that. Interesting though, was just under the surface about 1 inch, so heavy. Feels like a pot metal kind of thing. Interesting. That's something though. It's a little bonus item. Check it out. I can find a nickel with the Equinox, and it's a buffalo. Check that out. That means, ooh, that side's nasty looking, isn't it? You see the buffalo quite easily, but the other side not so much. Rub that on the pants a little bit here. You get the Indian head starting to peek through there, but I can already tell you there is absolutely not going to be a date there. But I did get me a buffalo nickel. That's nice. So I got me buffalo nickel and mercury dime. Not too bad for the old stuff. I'd like to get a little older. I'd like to get something definitely in the 1800s, so we'll keep trying. And here we are. Okay, so I admit it, I might have chosen the wrong spot really to do that test of the Equinox versus the Simplex. And really it's not a battle per se. Don't look at it as a battle to see which is the best detector. The Equinox is a more capable detector. I think there is no hands down. what I want to know is what do each one specialize in, and there are going to be some things that one specializes in finding versus the other, which is why I am very glad to have both of these, because relying on one detector, unless you are like a coin shooter, you're going out specifically for coins or something like that, then I think putting all your eggs in one basket kind of thing is, you should have more than one detector, because chances are having more than one detector going over an area is going to get better results for you. So that's kind of what my thought process is here, and my results kind of bore it out. I've gone hunting a couple of times since then, so I don't remember exactly what I got with which detector or anything, but I got some interesting stuff, so I'll show you that in a second. Next week, by the way, we're going to be showing you a video for the Simplex with an update. I found out that my Simplex had a revision of, sorry, the light seems like it's throwing a thing there, had a revision, there were a couple of newer revisions out there, is what I'm trying to say. And one of them added the ability to mute the audio just by pushing the pinpoint button and releasing it quickly, which is nice when you want to break out your pinpointer, because they interfere with each other. And the other reverted, well, I'll show you all that next week, but it addresses some of the issues I have with the Simplex. So I think you're going to be interested in seeing that video if you're wondering about the revisions and whether they really do make a difference or not. So let's go to what we found. This is what we ended up with for the day. These square nails always come up really nice. I think because there's a lot of iron that's leached out into the ground around them, they come up really nice and they sound really good. Got me a bullet. I'm in a school. It seems like if I'm in a school, I'm always going to find a bullet. Got that key with the pull tab rings. Just, I'm not so sure about that. Bunch of clad. Some of the clad wanted to be interesting, but wasn't. All this down here. Got some rings. That's that sucker that when you look at it in the ground, as soon as you see it, you're like, fake. There's no way anybody would put real diamonds on something that gaudy. I hope. I mean, if you have one like that, I hope I'm not offending you, but wow. This is a cool one. I think this is an older one, maybe the 50s or 60s. Kids rings, because you really don't see those anymore. It's probably a Cracker Jack ring or something. That's really cool. Just a little brooch kind of thing. That butterfly I thought was really cool. This owl, I love owls, so I like that. I think that's really cool. Got the buttons. Simplex just loves those buttons. I got this. I didn't even realize it. I thought it was a crusty zinc penny, and I got it home, and it's a hem weight. I haven't found a hem weight in a while, so I'm really happy with that. That's lead, and so is this. Look at this fishing weight. It's got like a thread still on it. It was awfully stinking deep, and it's got a gorgeous white patina, so it's got to have some age to it. Just love that thing. Got my buffalo that I found at that other location. No, wait, where did I find this? You haven't seen that yet. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Losing track of my detecting adventures. Got this cool buffalo with the Equinox. I do remember that. So the Equinox can find some nickels. I got me a 42 Merc, so I got a little silver for the weekend as well. You know, for a day's worth of detecting at a school that was built back in the 60s, so it's not horribly old, I think this is a pretty doggone good selection of items, and I was really happy to have it. So that's it for the weekend. Do I think the Simplex, what do I think of the Simplex? We'll just leave it at that, and say after about a month of using it now, maybe a little bit more of than a month, what are my thoughts on the Simplex? It is the real deal. The Simplex is no joke. It is, for the price, I I might want to say that for the price, it may be the most capable detector on the market. For the price. You got to realize these things are only like 330 bucks. And that's saying a lot. There are some detectors out there that I have not used, especially in that price range. I may be wrong on that, but if you were to get this and want to use it as a good detector at that price range, I don't think you would be disappointed because it is extremely capable. Nickels, they should just rename it instead of Simplex to nickel magnet. Seriously, it is that good with the nickel signals. Whether it's in the trash or not, it really pulls out those nickel signals, and I have found nickels in places that I have gone over easily a dozen times with the Simplex and the AT Pro before I got rid of it. And my other daughter's been over it with the Fisher F22. This Simplex loves those nickels. I've got more Buffalo nickels this year than I think I have any other time because of it, and it's just June. So, that's it. I hope you guys got something out of this. I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to get back out there. So I will talk to you guys later.